Chapter 53, The Top 3 on the Yellow Board, Shui Wenxin. This chapter is updated by novels.pl. Just a month later, why did the 9th prince come to the Yellow Fighting Palace again? Does he want to challenge the 10 warriors of Yellow Board? It's impossible. Only a short time had passed by. Even if his cultivation was improved, it would not enhance too much. There was nobody can get the 10 fight-winning streaks in the Yunwu Commandery. It was so difficult that even the 7th prince couldn't make it. Every warrior of Yellow Board could fight against 10 warriors at the completion of the Yellow Realm at the same time. Some weaker warriors of Yellow Board who could not do that were able to survive under their attacks. So, it was not easy to defeat a warrior of Yellow Board. Tukla, a deadly swordsman, for example, he could kill a warrior of Yellow Board with one single attack. But he could not kill 10 with 10 attacks successively. If the 9th prince has broken through the completion of the Yellow Realm, and doesn't meet the old men who rank top 5 on the Yellow Board, it is not difficult for him to win 5 matches. Just wait and see. Since the 9th prince dares to come to the Yellow Fighting Palace, he must be confident enough. The 9th prince, you're here again. Last time, you are so lucky that you defeat me. But this time, you can't be lucky again. Liu Chengfeng first got on the Colosseum with cold eyes. Looking at Liu Chengfeng, Zhang Yuochen asked, "Do you want to be the first to challenge me?" "Of course. Are you afraid of being defeated in the first battle?" Liu Chengfeng said. "Okay." Zhang Yuochen nodded and reached out a hand to motion him to start. Liu Chengfeng stared at the sword held by Zhang Yuochen's other hand and said, "Do you try to fight against me without a sword?" "Yes, not now." Zhang Yuochen said. "How dare you despise me? You have to pay for your arrogance." Liu Chengfeng got angry as he thought Zhang Yuochen humiliated him on purpose. It was known that he would not have failed if he had not made a wrong judgment in the battle of last month. He must regain his lost face at the same place. Spark fireflies. Liu Chengfeng directly demonstrated meteor sword technique, a martial technique of the superior class at human stage. He aimed quickly, thus making the sound of popping echoed in the air. Compared to the sword technique of last month, Liu Chengfeng got a big progress. The meteor sword technique that he showed was more subtle and was as fluent as floating clouds and flowing water. The sword screeched. Zhang Yuochen was as steady as the Mount Tai and only lifted his arms and reached 2 fingers to nip the sword of Liu Chengfeng. Boom! With a slight flick of his finger, a mighty power reached to Liu Chengfeng's arms from the sword. Bang! A sound of bone fracture went off loudly. Both his wrist and arms were broken and his sword fell to the ground. Why did your cultivation become so powerful? Liu Chengfeng stepped back 7 steps. His half-body was shocked to numbness. He felt like being thumped heavily, making it hard to move his fingers. Zhang Yuochen defeated him only with 2 fingers. He took back his fingers and said calmly, "You've lost." Defeating Liu Chengfeng with 2 fingers, Zhang Yuochen had the crowd on their feet. Even their warrior of initial stage of the Black Realm could not defeat Liu Chengfeng so easily. It becomes more and more interesting. Lin Chenyu sat upright, stared at Zhang Yuochen with a big sneer. The challengers who fought against Zhang Yuochen in the following 6 battles were all the warriors of Yellow Board. Hu Xiulai was 24 on the Yellow Board. Huo Yi was ranked top 19. Wang Linxing ranked top 13. Wang Qing ranked 27. Zhang Gengxiu ranked top 9. Without exception, all of them were defeated by Zhang Yuochen with one move, and no one was able to force him to use the second attack. Zhang Gengxiu, one of the most mighty warriors of Yellow Board, who ranked top 9 and could break out the power of 52 bulls, was still slapped out of the Colosseum by him. He defeated 7 warriors of Yellow Board successively with just one move. That was horrible. Just 1 month over. What powerful realm did he cultivate? We can't use common sense to treat the genius of martial arts. There was a hubbub in the battle venue of Yellow Stage because the crowd felt incredible about what they saw. The beautiful ladies of the nobility stared at Zhang Yuochen with adoration in their eyes. "The 9th prince is so handsome, I would gladly give 10 years of my life to marry him and become his crown princess." A girl about 13 or 15 obsessively gazed at Zhang Yuochen with adoration. "The 9th prince is too noble to choose you. He is not only good-looking and gifted, but also gentle. He is polite to every opponent. As he is a modest phenom, I would even like to be his maid. Hearing what the ladies of the nobility said, Lin Ningshan felt unpleasant and said coldly, it's your turn. Yes. He went to the Colosseum carrying his sword with a determined look. A grey figure passed quickly beside him and stepped on the Colosseum before him. He was an old, thin man with a wrinkly face. But his hair was blacker than the young's and he was in fine fig with bright eyes. The old man smiled, looked at La, and said, Ha, sonny, just wait a minute and I will fight against the 9th prince first. Then, he turned to Zhang Yuochen and said, I'm Shui Wenxin, I'd like to see your merit. The 9th prince, will you use your sword when you fight against me? As soon as the old man spoke out his name, the scream echoed in the crowd. Oh my god, Shui Wenxin, the top 3 on the yellow board. He should stay in Yanwu City. 40 years ago, he was a warrior of yellow board. At that time, he was also a genius, but because of jealousy from a warrior of the Black Realm, he fell a prey to a plot and been injured. As a result, he never broke through the Black Realm. If he hadn't been injured, he would have become a superior at the Earth Realm already. It will be interesting. It is not easy for the 9th prince to defeat him. It's said that Shui Wenxin defeated a warrior of initial stage of the Black Realm. His strength was very strong. Their warriors ranked top 5 on the yellow board were all have the capacity of the initial stage of the Black Realm. The 2 freaks of first and second killed a warrior of the mid-stage of the Black Realm, but they joined together to kill him. Zhang Yuochen looked at Shui Wenxin seriously. The old man, like Shui Wenxin, had been practiced at the completion of the Yellow Realm for decades. He must have mastered many martial techniques and had various means. The young couldn't compare well with them. The 3rd of the yellow board proved his power. Zhang Yuochen asked, what weapons do you use? I never use a weapon, and my hands and foot are my best weapons. Shui Wenxin laughed and said. Zhang Yuochen nodded and said, if so, I don't use a weapon either, let's fight just with hands and foot. Shui Wenxin gave an approving glance and said, don't boast. I have been drinking blood of savage beast for many years and built up my body by pill. Although I just reached the completion of the Yellow Realm, I could break out the power of 72 balls. No one could catch my hands and foot at the Yellow Realm, even the 1st and 2nd of the yellow board. Zhang Yuochen said, it doesn't matter, I am younger than you, but my strength is not inferior to you. Okay. 9th prince, watch out. Shui Wenxin raised his arms, ran the genuine chi to his 10 fingers, and pinched quickly. As a result, his whole body gave a sound of cracking. Boom. Suddenly, he stepped on the ground and punched Zhang Yuochen's face. His punch was so fierce that unlike fist technique of an old man, Zhang Yuochen slapped and his palm collided with the fists of Shui Wenxin. Shui Wenxin stepped back 6 steps continuously while Zhang Yuochen stood still. I punch with the power of 56 balls, and he can catch it easily and drive me off. Now it is understandable that he dare to compare with me. If he tries his best, he can break out more than 70 ball power. He was shocked for a while then continued punching again. He did not plan to fight against Zhang Yuochen with brute force. He decided to use another fist technique, random cloud fist, the martial technique of mid-class of human stage. He punched one fist, appearing 6 illusory images of the fist. He continuously punched 10 fists. There were 60 illusory images of the fist. It's excellent. His fist technique has reached the high level of the following the heart. Zhang Yuochen spotted his attainment of the martial arts at one single glance. Generally, only the powerhouse of the Earth Realm can reach the high realm where the fist follows the heart. That was to say, if he had not been plotted against, he must have reached the Earth Realm or a higher realm. Zhang Yuochen had to carefully and continuously used palm technique, appearing tens of illusory images of palms, to slap back Shui Wenxin's fist technique. Bang, bang. Zhang Yuochen was stronger than Shui Wenxin, making him retreat continuously. Awesome. Your power is stronger than me. If you can catch me next attack, there will be no doubting that you will be the first of the yellow board. Obviously, Shui Wenxin was confident about his next move. He had never used it, a life-saving attack. Once he punched, even the first of the yellow board could not catch.